Hi everyone, it's sweetpea-sky, and today I will be discussing some customer feedback and the durability of one of my products, the Fallout bottle caps, made by my friend Ryan. One of my customers gave feedback on an order that they received, where they showed to me that the paper that constitutes the top of the cap was torn off and that the paint was messy. So of course I had to investigate. I never want my customers to be receiving an inferior product. So the first thing I want to say about the caps is that the paint being messy is actually part of the product. Fallout bottle caps come from a radioactive wasteland, so in the game they're not in the best condition, and both of us feel that it reflects the setting accurately, although we do try to make sure that every single piece is covered. Secondly, I wanted to investigate the paper. Now, obviously paper isn't the hardiest substance, but I gave it a really good go. Here you can see me scratching at the paper with my fingers, first on the edges and then in the middle. I was scratching it pretty hard for a good 30 seconds, and when I turn it over next in my hand, you'll be able to see just there that there's some very minor damage around the edges with the paper getting scratched, but just a little bit. There you can see I'm scratching the middle. You can see I'm putting a lot of force into it. Next, I use a mechanical pencil to try and scratch it and poke some holes in it. You can see that I'm using the rubber too. I'm not just using the pencil side, but I'm also using the rubber. And look, you can see I'm showing off. You can clearly see the strong pencil marks there. But again, there's no real damage. Of course, the pencil marks, and you can see again, I'm trying to use my fingers after weakening it with the pen. But you can see that there's no big scratches. And the last test I did was a water test. And I did this for two reasons. First, this is paper, so of course it's going to peel off in the water. These caps are made from recycled paper and bottle caps. I do this to keep all my products affordable, and so does Ryan. So water does the trick. You can see here that it still takes me a while, but it does start to peel off. You can see a little bit at the bottom. Yeah, you can definitely see quite a bit of damage around the edges. Obviously, any kind of glue or paper is going to become damaged under duress. And there you can see finally that I finally am able to properly scratch off the paper with a lot of effort and with the help of mostly the water. It was pretty stuck on before that. But the second reason I wanted to do this is so you can see what the cap looks like under the paper. You can see how it's painted under the paper. Even here, you can see that Ryan did such a good job with this. He could have just not painted the middle part. The cap is actually reflective underneath. He could have just not painted the middle part and stuck the paper on, but he really made sure there was a matte coating on the cap. So, a few things to summarize. These caps are most prone to water damage, so make sure that no water gets on them. But they are definitely able to stand up to the usual wear and tear that props and accessories would go through. My apologies to the customer who had this issue. I'm not sure what could have caused the issue, but I will always try to send out a replacement if the customer isn't happy with it as soon as possible once I figure out the issue. I'm still really happy with the caps and how they've been made, but if anyone else has problems, I'm always available. Thank you for supporting my shop.